So, hi everyone. I hope you all are doing well, right? Am I audible, guys? Can someone confirm if you guys able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir. Yes.
right, good.
You're audible.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the session. Let's start our SD-WAN session. All right. So, let me share my screen and then we'll start. Let me start the recording as well. So, the session is going to be recorded. And you guys let me know if you all able to see my screen. Is it visible to everyone? You guys are able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Very good. Okay, so welcome you all once again in today session. That is a Cisco SD-WAN. Probably I'll use the Reptila SD-WAN. Probably I'll use the Catalyst SD-WAN. So either name I'm going to use, Cisco SD-WAN, Catalyst SD-WAN, Reptila SD-WAN, the all are same. Means just name has been changed from viptailor to cisco to catalyst, but rest thing are going to be same. Means every concept is going to be same, so don't be confused. So we are just taking a just kick a start of this SD-WAN live, and where we're going to discuss a lot of thing. I'll just make sure your all doubt is going to be clear regarding all SD-WAN related, why this SD-WAN is going to be used, what is the key concept of the SD-WAN that we are trying to understand step by step, and what benefits we are going to get after learning this SD-WAN, like a particular course, right? In terms of your career growth, right? It's very important. Means if let's suppose you have such basic routing switching knowledge and you want to just upgrade yourself in the SD-WAN, so right? So that thing we are trying to understand, we'll try to understand, and step by step, I'll make sure you guys also understand. And if you have any question, then you can ask the question to directly with me as well. Okay. So as we see, like we are the Gwinnett Technology, and here we are starting officially Cisco SD-WAN session from today. So if you have any kind of the training requirement, if you have any query, you can just reach out on this support number. You can visit our websites, and probably somebody is going to help you in terms of any doubt you have after this session, or even you want to just discuss as per your need, then you can also discuss about that. Apart from that, if you want to just get any kind of information from my side, from technology point of view, from mentoring point of view, from the career progression point of view, I'm always going to help you. Don't worry about that. So let's discuss how this course structure is going to be happen throughout this session, and what kind of the learning outcome and what training methodology we are going to use throughout this session. So definitely it's a very common thing right now. We are doing everything in the online. So training is going to happen via the instructor led training, the live training. So I'll be your instructor. Okay. And I'm going to help you throughout this all journey from day one to day end till next 2 months and 1.5 months. We are going to stay together. Might be uh, because it's a weekend batch, so it is going to be sorry, weekdays batch, so it is going to finish within the 2 months. But it is a weekend, then it is going to more than 2 months sometimes. So this is completely live classes, and in this live classes, you are going to get all from basic to advanced level of learning of the Cisco SD-WAN, Viptela SD-WAN, or Catalyst SD-WAN on the latest iOS, which is going to supported by the lab instrument, that is Evans your Peanut Labs, right? Along with that, I'll share my expertise, right? What kind of the infrastructure has been developed in the different enterprise infrastructure in enterprise company, and how the migration cutover is going to be happen, right? If you have any kind of the use case, you can directly discuss with me. I'll try to help out on that. And also, I will tell real scenario use cases. Means, let's suppose you have to design something in the SD-WAN, then how your design approach is going to look like. I'll draw some real complex topology, the lab topology. So you can just see here, we have the very big topology. I can say like world biggest online topology in SD-WAN, right? Because why I'm saying like that? Because you can test every scenario in this lab. Means whatever scenario you can think, except latest we have the one of the scenario, that is the MRF. multi-region fabric. That is a new technology launched by the SD-WAN. So that cannot be tested. Rest, everything you can test it. So MRF, why it is not tested? Because you have to build multi-region, you have to build a lot of controller, every controller you have to make the redundancy, resiliency. So that is required the huge server size. If you want to design that lab, you have to invest more than 30-40 lakh rupees to just design that lab because it's required a lot of resources. So that resource is very costly, and I believe nobody is going to bear that much cost, right? So probably I'm planning to have such kind of resources in future. Might be not today, not in next 2 and 3 months, but after 6 months, I'm planning to launch those kind of training. At least not full flash, so at least partially I can showcase how it is going to build the topology. So in this module, what I'll give the additional benefits for you all. I'll explain what is the MRF. This is the something trending in the market for SD-WAN. Just go and search what is the MRF in Cisco SD-WAN. So you are going to find something new, and I'm sure you guys are hearing first time if you're going to learn the SD-WAN. Even who have done the batches from me as well, they are going to learn this is the first time about the MRF, right? So I will explain the MRF concept and how it is going to help and game changer in the Cisco SD-WAN and how the design is going to happen, because many customers are start doing the migration on the flat architecture from the SD-WAN to the multi-region fabric. So you can just find out how the multi-region fabric is going to design, what is the border node, how it is going to be the, build the backbone, how it is going to leverage the my ISPs and the cloud providers. So I'll theoretically discuss throughout these sessions, and I will also try to explore some lab outlines where I can just demonstrate how it can be integrated in your customer environment or might be the organization environment. Okay. So that's the bonus for you. Okay. That's the multi-region fabric. So that's the new thing I'm going to add in my training from this module onward. Now, in addition of that, we have the lot of controllers that vManager, vBond, right? You can see the vSmart, root CA. So we'll do the deep dive how this controller is going to function and what is the use cases and how we can integrate with different branches with dual transport, triple transport, and why we are using the transport, and what is the real use case and how we can shift the traffic from the one transport to another transport, real-time failover, traffic sharing, load balancing, ECMP, that we will discuss throughout the session. So you will guys get the real-time understanding about the SD-WAN. Okay, so let's back to the our training curriculum. Later we'll discuss about the lab outline in very detail. So that's why I'm very confident about the labs, the lab part and the like training quality in terms of the understanding. What you're going to get, that is going to be super for you. Don't worry about the quality, okay? So duration is going to be happen for the 2 months, where throughout this session we are going to discuss everything, and everything we are going to whatever we are going to discuss in the classes. I'll show 80% thing on the labs. It's little bit theory. Theory is very important. 20-25% is theory is going to be there. But guys, please mute yourself. I request everyone. So 20-25% is going to be theoretical. Initially, little bit theory you have to digest because you have to understand the terminology of the SD-WAN. It's very important. If someone is going to ask what is SD-WAN, what is MPLS, what is SD-WAN, what is different between these two key technologies, so you should have some kind of the understanding. You should know what is the underlay, what is the overlay concept. You should know how the IPsec is going to work in the SD-WAN fabric and how it was working on traditional network. What is different when DMBP and the IPsec? And what is the, by using this IPsec concept, how we can transfer the traffic, what configuration is going to require. So this kind of the concept you have to understand theoretically. Along with that, you have to understand about the controllers, like what is the vManager, vBond, vSmart. Also, you have to understand like colors. You have to understand the encapsulation. You have to understand about T-locks. You have to understand the BFD. You have to understand certification. You have to understand the new routing protocol, that is OMP. You have to understand what TTL, DLS, TTLS, TLS and DTLS tunnels. So a lot of things might be are going to hurt first time. Let me write here. And you guys just ask yourself, are you aware about this terminology? TLS,
Hi, sir.
D.
Yes, I am aware about this, about the TLS, DTLS, and all. In
Good,
fact,
good,
on our
very good.
MP.
Yes, very good. So if you are aware, that is going to add additional advantage for you. for upcoming sessions. So might be you are going to learn about the colors, right? You are going to learn about the system, IP, system configuration, and what else? TLS, OMP, and also BFD we discussed, right? And what else? We are going to learn about VPNs, right? So we have the VPN 0, we have the VPN. I'm just writing, we'll discuss later VPN 5 and 2, and we have the service VPN also, right? We have to understand about T-lock, right? We have to understand about T-lock extension. So we have the many more topics. So just ask yourself how many terminology you are aware about that. What is the AD value of the my OMP route? Anyone know what is the AD value of the OMP route? Anyone in the class? No? So there is two AD value. Just I'm adding here. If the OMP is going to trigger with the CH, that the AD value is 251. If it is going to trigger with the VS, then it is going to AD value 250. So this is how we have to understand what. Then that question has come to your mind. What is the CH? What is the VS? So don't worry. I'll explain. These are new terms you have to understand. You have to understand about the underlay. What is the underlay versus overlay concept? So many things we have to understand together. So you are going to become from zero to hero. This is my guarantee. You are going to learn everything. You just follow my path, follow my direction, follow my lab outlines. You are going to become a champion for the SD-WAN. One more important thing, let's suppose you just started the learning with us, and might be this is a new technology. Many people have the always challenges not able to digest the session in the very first time. So you have still 1 year. You can recap your session without anything. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to reach out to your counselor and you ask them, you just, I want to recap. So you are going to recap with me, or might be some other trainer is going to there. Whatever you like, it is going to be there. So why we have done this? Because we feel like people completed training, but there is no value for them. Why it's no value? Because it's new, very first time when they start learning. Might be they are busy in the office work, they're not getting time to just brush up. When they have the real projects within the 6 months and 3 months, within the year, they still not able to perform and they require the training. So that's why we offer, like, once you done the enrollment with us, next 1 year, whenever you feel like I want to recap the batch, you don't have to pay anything. You just recap with us and we'll take care of rest of the things. So the duration and training methodology is going to be online, instructor led, and definitely after this training you are going to learn each and everything about the SD-WAN, and that is going to provide the very kick start for your professional journey. Why it's going to be give the very kick start to professional journey? Because let's suppose today you are, just let me draw something, because you are the network engineer. Sorry. So let's suppose today, being a network engineer, you have package might be 10 LPA. I'm just assuming might be the 8 LPA, because you have done the CCNP or CCNP, or 6 LPA. It could be anything, or might be the 15 LPA. So right now you have this kind of the salary range because you have done the CCNN and CCNP. So already you have the CCNA knowledge, plus you have the CCNP knowledge, or might be you have some firewall knowledge. So based on that, you are getting this bracket. Totally depend how much experience we have, what kind of the skill set we have, and how much you really utilizing your skill set. So some people having the 5 year experience, they might be earning 10 lakh rupees. Some is 15 lakh. Some are even less than 10 or 8 or 6 even. So you don't have to worry about that. It's totally depend on the what platform you are using, what kind of the opportunity you have, and what kind of the delivery you are giving to the your organization, and what kind of the your explanation skills have during the interview process. But if you are going to add SD-WAN here, then I guarantee you, if you have such kind of the skill set, means CCNA, CCNP plus one firewall, any firewall plus SD-WAN, you are going to multiply your CTC might be 2x or 2.5x. And sometime I have seen, if people are in the 6 LP and they have that much knowledge, they can 3x going to get within the year or within the 2 year as well. So I'm not going to get that much in grid. You just always going to get 2x and 2.5x, but at least you are going to get 30 to 40% hike very easily after upgrading yourself. But why 2x and 3x? Because once you start learning this technology, might be today you are in the 6 LPA. So tomorrow, after learning this skill set, you are going to get 30% hike. So definitely it is going to around 8 lakh. And after 6 months again, you are going to change your job. Then it is going to give another 60%, 30% hike on your increased salary. So it is going to become more than 10 LP or more than 9 LP. So this is how within the 1 year or 1.5 year, you're going to multiply your CTC. Whatever the current CTC you have, might be you're going to do the double or might be triple as well. Some people can do the triple who is a base salary range in the lower side. So that's the power of the skill set. So I would highly recommend, now if you are not going to upgrade yourself and you are just going to stay on the CCNA level plus CCNP level, you are at some point going to stuck. Trust me. And if you not have the belief, just go and Google or just look out at your colleagues who have just CCN and CCNP knowledge right now. They are having the very less opportunity in the market. They are having the jobs. There is no problem. There is job is always going to be available. But even have the job, but they are going to stuck up to 10 LPA, 6 LPA, right? 8 LPA, right? Might be the 12 LPA. But what I want to grow 15 LPA, 18 LPA, 20 LPA, 25 LPA, this is not enough for you. You have to learn some new skill set and you have to showcase, yes, I have some unique skill set and I want to become my level 2 engineer, level 3 engineer, level 4 engineer, network designer, network architect, network consultant. Then only it is possible you can go 25, 30, 40 and 50 and 50 plus as well. So that's the power of the learning. So once you are going to add this SD-WAN in your skill set, in your resume, that is going to give the big boost, right? And based on that, you can just grow in a professional journey, right? So definitely, once we start this journey, everyone is going to get the lab, right? Without lab, this SD-WAN is incomplete, guys. So everyone have to do the labs. And in this lab, this is the exact same lab topology, which I'm showing right now. This is the same, and this is going to be on 24/7. Yes, I know, because we are hosting the entire data center in our infrastructures, which are the rented. So they have some kind of the maintenance, they have some internet disruptions. That is going to be accepted, but still you are going to find 99% time your server is going to be up and you're going to do your labs. There is some problem is going to happen, I'm sure, because the SD-WAN lab and SD-WAN lab is always going to give a problem. So we have the dedicated team. They are going to help out. Even you are going to interact with me on daily or might be 3 days in a week. So you can just take direct one-to-one consulting during the sessions. I'll help you how you can fix, and even it is not fixable by you. So I'll fix you your port labs. So how it is going to be accessed? Let me show you. You are going to get similar kind of the URL. Let me just log out. So I'll go here, close it, and let me log out. So you are going to get the URL, right? You have to put your URL. Might be your rack number is going to be different. Mine is 3030. Your might be the 20207070 1112114. It could be anything, but domain would be same, the GUINET. And once you're going to land on the lab, you're going to get the login page. So you're going to find your username and your password. So just have to put username. Right now I have the admin rights, but in your case, you are going to get your name based username. Means by using your name, you're going to username is going to create it and you're going to get the unique password. So I will put here the password. And after that, I'll just log in this lab. So my lab is going to be login, and then you are going to find the SD-WAN lab. You just have to click it, probably this one, and you open it. Then you are going to get the same lab, what I'm showing in the PPT. Exactly same lab, you can see. So nothing is going to be changed. Most important, everyone will do their lab by their own, right? Means whatever the lab configuration you are going to do, that it is local to you. Nobody is going to interrupt that configuration. Okay, that's the first thing. Means If there are 20 people in the class, right, or 25 people in the class or 10 people in the class, so everyone have the individual rack. Every people can do their own lab that is not interrupted by the any other user. This is the first thing. So you have to do everything by your own. If you're doing the mistake, you can play around it. That's the first thing. Second thing, this lab is going to be fully blank, means there is no any configuration, no config at all, means zero config in this lab, means every devices are going to be blank, factory reset. You are going to find the devices. Even for me also, when I start the session, when I demonstrate the lab, this is going to be factory reset. So we have to start from the zero, means every configuration which I'm going to do that I will start from this PC, and I'll make sure how I'll talk in this way how this PC is going to make the connectivity to the vManage, and how I can take the GUI access and how I can take the CLI access. Then I'll talk how I can make the connectivity to the DC switch and how I can make the reachability between these all devices. Then after, I'll jump to build the transport, and I'll explain why this much transport is connected, why this link is connected. Then we'll talk why this particular devices have the dual link from the public internet and the MPLS, and how they are going to build the control connections, how the my IPsec tunnel is going to build, how my BFD tunnel is going to build, what is underlay, what is overlay. So that means you are going to start from zero until you become the hero. That level of the advanced lab you're going to do together. All right. So that's the two thing you have to keep in mind. So you don't worry about the labs. Now, the practical exercise you have to do, and everyone is going to get the proper lab guides. So let's suppose I start the sessions. So let's suppose you want to learn something, and you want to, means you just learn one topic and you want to do that lab. So proper lab guides we have, how to configure my vEdge routers. Let me just show you one of the example. So let's suppose I want to configure my vEdge routers. What configuration is going to be there? Base configuration is going to be there. How I can do the certification, how I can install the certificate, and then how I can do that certification stuff, and then how I can get the serial number, VPN. So everything is written here. Just sample I'm showing. Later I'll just do everything in live lab. If I want to create my policy, let's suppose I want to do some policy configuration, then how my policy is going to be created, what a step I have to follow. So you are going to get proper snapshot for every lab. So if you are stuck while doing the lab, you can easily take a reference. But I would recommend, this is my personal recommendation, do not follow the lab guides. Okay, lab guides you can keep as a reference, but always make your notes. This is my personal recommendation, guys. What I do basically, lab guide is like, okay, that's a good thing we should follow, but I would suggest you just go with the lessons. You create your own notes, either via the digital note or might be the handwritten notes, and based on that you do your lab practice. And still if you're stuck while doing that all, then probably you can go and check the lab reference guide. That's my like just key takeaway, right? Okay, any question, guys, anyone have till now before I move to the next slide? Any questions? Please let me know. Anyone have any question in your mind? I can say there's 20 people almost there. Let me know, guys, if you have any question. You can ask in Hindi if you have any doubt, and even English.
Vishal
Just
sir,
yes,
Prashant here. Can I say
yes,
something?
Prashant.
Yeah, so regarding the lab practice, so we are doing the lab from the scratch, from the basics to advanced.
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
so with this, because I'm completely new to the SD-WAN. I'm into network and firewall security engineer. I'm planning
Okay.
to move into the SD-WAN. Okay, I'm currently managing the Azure cloud, but when I'm going outside of for interviews, they are looking for SD-WAN as a additional skill. So
That
to
that's
to
why.
enhance this skill,
Mhm.
so can you start from the basics to advanced by doing the lab practice so we can by the 3 months of time. So can you work in the production environment to handling this such a L1 L2 queries regarding the SD-WAN? Is it possible?
Yeah, definitely, Prashant, it's possible. This is my responsibility. I make you the commitment, right? If you just follow my instruction from day zero, right? When I
Mhm.
start the discussion, you just start making notes, you start following my blueprints. I'm 100% committed. You are going to start performing more than even the L2. based on this learning.
Sure, sure.
This
Thank
is
you, sir. Got it.
my commitment because I believe my own content, what I'm going to provide. But only what you have to do that you have to digest those content and you have to ask me
Absolutely
the valid question, right? This is your job, right? I cannot
correct.
assume what you understanding, what you not understanding, but you have to make your note. You have to do some your analogy, right? Your own analysis, and based on that, you just come to me and ask during the session why this logic is happening. So I will be very much happy to explain. If someone is going to ask me logical questions, so it is going to give me always, good, right, for me to just answer those query. So don't worry, we'll start from the very scratch. Even I'll discuss what is the basic networking, how this lab has been designed, what is my underlay, what is the overlay, how the static routing is going to be configured under the underlay. We are
Mhm.
going to do the BGP configuration, and then we are going to build the overlay. And because SD-WAN, everything is going to be new except some underlay configuration. So underlay is just your basic routing, CCNP level, CCNA level is going to be there, static and BGP. But overlay is something everything new. So we'll start from the zero. How the overlay is going to build? Why we are going to use the BFD tunnel? Why we are going to use the IPsec tunnel? What is the logic behind it? Why TLS? Why DTLS? Right? What is my control connections? Right? What is my VPNs, LAN WAN management, right? What is my
Yeah.
basically OMP that is going to be? So whatever I just explained in the beginning of the session, that we are going to talk, and based on that, we are going to build our concept, and then you are going to feel a lot of confident after that. After a few sessions, you are going to start getting more and more confident. Trust me.
Go-
Okay.
Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you.
Any other question, guys? Anyone have anything in your mind you want to ask? Okay, so if no question, let's discuss about in this training module how much total module we have and which module what we're going to cover. So in the Cisco SD-WAN, it is the official outline. This is the official outline which I'm showing. If you go in the Cisco website, you are going to find same outline is going to be there, right? So total is 5 modules are here. We have the architecture module. That's most thing in the theoretical concept. Most theoretical means everything in the architecture you have to understand theory. Why this design is designed in this way? What is the different component in the SD-WAN? What is the logic is going to look like? And then we have the controller deployment. This is the full configuration. Router deployment, full configuration. Policy, full configuration. Security and quality. It's a 50-50%, right? 50% lab, 50% theory. Management and reporting, it's 100% lab. So in this entire module, this is the theory, this is the 50% theory, and rest are the proper labs. Means theory is going to be there, definitely. But you have to do everything in testing. So let's move further and break down every concept, means every section, what content you are going to get from this particular table. So we are in the architecture module, right? So in this architecture module, when we start, first we have to understand what is SD-WAN and why we need SD-WAN. That's anyone know what is SD-WAN and why you need SD-WAN? Anyone want to add? Might be you have some prior basic knowledge. Anyone? Just take a lead. Become a leader of this session. Have any idea what is the SD-WAN and why we use the SD-WAN? What key difference is going to give SD-WAN over the traditional network? Might be the one liner, two liner. You just try it if you have any idea. If feel in the comfortable Hindi, you can go with the Hindi as well. There is no problem. But try to explain if you have any idea.
Zero touch policy.
Yes, zero touch policy. That's good. What else? Just try. There is no wrong and right answer. Just try. Just try to it. Madan, you want to say something? What is SD-WAN?
Sir, to segregate the control traffic and the data traffic, so we use the SD-WAN.
Okay, very nice. Two answers we have. That's quite like we can say related to the SD-WAN, but I'll explain in different versions. You are going to understand in the upcoming sessions. Anyone else?
So
Mathan, Naushad?
SD-WAN, software defined video network, is mainly for, so suppose we have a tool
Okay, so we have one internet link, we have MPLS link. Okay,
Mm,
in the two link, normal routing, what you do, the traffic will go via one primary, otherwise
mhm,
secondary. If primary goes down, secondary it will go via secondary. So
mhm,
in SD-WAN, what we can do, we can is dual link. Like we don't like a, we can like a, we suppose if we have application
mhm,
specific, we can route the traffic via one link. If you want to outlook for some other application, like say we can route the
mhm.
traffic via other link. So we can use the both link. We no need to submit. We can replace the both link and we can pre-address the traffic based on our requirement. So those mechanism we have, and particularly load balancing mechanism we have in
Mhm.
SD-WAN. That is the main
Good,
SD-WAN concept is that
good,
those
good,
one.
good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll break down. Yes, Mathan, you want to say something? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is like a centralized control network. Previously, we don't have that option. With the help of SD-WAN, we can able to control all the edge devices and hub and spokes. Everything can be controlled.
Very nice, Mathan. Appreciate it. Yes, that's also very close, and I would say almost right. Yes,
सर मैं भी कुछ बोलना
yes, please go ahead, Mathan.
चाहता सर फर्स्टली गुड इवनिंग सर
Good evening.
एस डी वन पहले जो हम टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करते थे जैसे वैन टेक्नोलॉजी थी अभी
Mhm.
जैसे हम लोग उसमें एक सॉफ्टवेयर डाल दिया मतलब सॉफ्टवेयर डिफाइंड वाइड एरिया नेटवर्क बन गया ठीक है ये जो एस डी वैन है ये एक सेंट्रलाइज कंट्रोल टेक्नोलॉजी है जिससे कि हम सभी हमारे जो डिवाइस है एक सेंट्रलाइज मैनेज कर सकते हैं इससे कि हमारी जो कॉस्ट है वो भी बचती है और हमारा जो इम्प्रूवमेंट है जो उसमें भी परफॉर्मेंस में भी इनहेंस होता है और सिक्योरिटी भी इनहेंस होती है सर
Good.
जी
Thank you, Madanji. Good, good. Very nice. Anyone else want to say something about SD-WAN? What is SD-WAN? Okay, awesome. We have the great answers. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, who all are just, contributed few concepts. I really appreciate for that. So that we have to understand. So you have to wait when I'll explain in the upcoming lecture what is SD-WAN, what's the key benefits. We'll discuss in very detail. I'll explain probably. Let me show you where is my.
Hi, Vishal sir. Actually, just
Yes.
wanted to know one thing. Okay,
Mhm.
see, right now I'm an L2 engineer. Okay, and I'm like currently I'm doing troubleshooting for the L2 of the SD-WAN, where the T-logs and BFDCs and used to work on a everyday basis. Okay,
Okay.
and the thing is, why I'm here, I just want to learn the deployment architect of SD-WAN. Okay, where we can change the legacy network to SD-WAN.
Okay, that's a good thing.
So it
So,
will be a worth it for me or not? Just wanted to know from your side, which also.
so definitely it's a good thing you asked very first session. So you want to know the migration, how the migration is going.
Accurately, yeah.
Yes. So see, to do the migration, you mentioned you are just doing the T-logs, BFD session, IPsec, you're doing daily level 2 level of the troubleshooting, right?
Yeah,
So troubleshooting is always good because one engineer have the very good troubleshooting. They can, always have the scope to work in different organization and grow in their career, right? That's
right.
always good. But one is, let's suppose one company is manufacturing one of the car, right?
Mhm.
And one is just learning how to repair the car. So who is going to be more like wise engineer? Who is going?
Obviously, the one who is manufacturing the car.
Yes. So now you're talking, I want to become the manufacturer of the SD-WAN, right?
Right, right.
So, so
Hold on.
you're just managing. So you have to understand entire piece of the SD-WAN concept. Means not only TLOC, not only BFD. You have to understand entire fabric operations. Means from zero. So that's why I mentioned in the very beginning of the session, in this lab, why I designed this way of this particular lab session, because I know you have to migrate. Let's suppose, let's take an example. Very good point you just, started. So let me just draw some design. So you come to conclusion by yourself. I will not say anything. It's worth for you or not, but let me just say something. So let's suppose you are running one of the router here, and that router is your legacy router, right? And this is running on the MPLS. and you want to migrate this router on the SD-WAN. So from where I should start? That's the very first question. So the very first question, let's suppose Aditya is going to become the engineer of the SD-WAN migration, and he is like lead architect of the engineer. So how Aditya is going to start? Very first thing, Aditya should have the like legacy routing switching very good knowledge. This is the first thing. If they have the very good routing switching knowledge, then they should also be expert of the SD-WAN. So just ask one question. Am I expert of the SD-WAN? Am I expert of the routing switching? If their answer is yes, then you are going to do this job just after learning 5% of the concept. That's it, not more than that. If you are expert in the SD-WAN, you are expert in the routing switching, just migration is 5% job. You just have to follow the process, right approach. That's it. Why I'm saying like that? Let me just discuss about it. Sorry guys, it's very important topic, so you guys might be used in the future. So let me just have a 5-minute discussion on it, then I'll back to my track. So just think this is my one line, and in this I have the branch. This is the branch 1. This is my branch 2. This is my branch 3, right? And let's suppose one the data center. This is my DC. We might we have the dual transport. One is the MPLS and one is the internet, right? This all locations we have the router. Let's suppose this is the R1, this is the R2, this is the R1, this is the R2. Sorry for my bad drawing, but just digest it. And this DC also having the R1 and R2. So now this going to R1 is going to connectivity on this particular link, might be R2 is going to connect to this one. Just take an example, or might be I can connect this one and this one. So every location we have the dual transport, and this is my like WAN, not SD-WAN, legacy WAN. Okay. Now there is a requirement. You have to migrate these all site to my SD-WAN fabric. You have to migrate this all site on the SD-WAN fabric. So how I can do that? And always this is going to be common myth in everyone mind, how I can do that and what is the prerequisite and all. So the first thing, the one who want to do that, they should have the SD-WAN expert. That's the first thing. And also they should have legacy WAN expert. Sorry for my bad writing. So that is a prerequisite. So if I have, then I have to third prerequisite. Do I know right migration approach? That is the third thing. So what is the right migration approach? How I can migrate my sites with zero downtime? What is zero downtime? Zero downtime means if my site are in the legacy SD-WAN, sorry, legacy WAN, I should do some kind of transitions. By using that transitions, I can migrate my site without any kind of the interruption of the my running services. So for that, you have to do proper planning. You have to build your parallel SD-WAN. Let's suppose now the question is going to become how I can build my parallel setup. So first thing, you have to build here SD-WAN. So what is the very first thing you're going to require? The controller deployment. You have to understand how I can deploy my controller. Means you have to spin your vSmart, you have to spin your vManage, you have to spin your vBond in might be your on data center or your cloud infrastructure. Do you have that skill? The answer is yes, then it's good. If not, then you have to learn first the controller deployment. So that's why in this session, you should know how I can deploy the controller. So if you have this skill, then good. If don't have a skill, then you have to learn the controller deployment. This is the first thing. Aditya, makes sense to you?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. If you don't know, then you cannot do that. Now, second thing, once you learn the control deployment, which I'm going to test throughout the session, right? Because I'm assuming people do not have the experience to do the control deployment. They can do the troubleshooting, but this is the first time how I can deploy my controller. Now, the second thing, once I deploy the controller, I need to make the reachability this controller to my existing transports because they need to communicate with the existing transport because their sites are connected with this transport. Might be the same transport. 99% customer are going to use the same ISP, MPLS in internet. And then the third step is going to come. So for that, you have to learn underlay routing. How it is going to happen. So if you're going to the underlay routing, that's fine. Third step. Now I require to replace my this branch router. Let's suppose this is my normal Cisco router with new SD-WAN router. So this is the new SD-WAN router. Let me use the different color. So this is the 1 and 2. So how I can terminate the new circuits from this ISP?
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Uh, so you're saying like whatever late we have 300 branch offices and everywhere we have routers for internet as well as for one. And to deploy SD-WAN network, we have to completely change the router, SD-WAN router or
There is two use case. There is two use case. Yeah, that's a very good question. Do I really need to change? Do I need to change complete router or not? So there is two use case. You have the ISR router. If you have the ASR router and some catalyst router, in that case, you just have to upgrade with the SD-WAN image. That is your CH. If this router is available. So you can not require to change router. But if this router is not available, then you have to purchase either ISR, ASR or CT like Catalyst or might be the vEdge router. So this is how you do it. Even you are going to upgrade the image, your router is going to lose the entire configuration. So it is going to become the brand new. So it is going to be changed as a router. Make sense? Make
Yeah,
logic?
yeah, yeah. So, okay. Yeah, yeah, I understood. And the second thing, so
Yes.
like we have 2950, okay, to 29 series router, okay.
Uh-huh.
So that actually, what is the minimum model we required? Like because see in multiple places we have ISR and ASR, but some places we have that 29 series routers.
Can we just park this question for 2 minutes? Let me complete this session, then
Okay.
I'll back to you. Okay? I'll just definitely give the answer. Okay? Let me
And
complete this.
brother, one last thing. Okay, just so that I know SD-WAN controller that is a hardware, right? Because I saw your video in YouTube. That is something you are showing in the cloud or something. That is a hardware, right?
So SD-WAN routers are going to be hardware and software. Controller are going to be always software. These are the complete software, right? And router can be hardware, software both. But these are the completely software. This is
Okay.
software. The router can be hardware or can be software. So I'll discuss this. Which case hardware, which case software. Okay? So let me complete Aditya's story, then I'll back to again you. Sorry, Manoj. Okay?
So
So
I'm really sorry that I'm interrupting you, sir.
yes, please.
Actually, I totally understand that whenever we are going to migrate any like sites, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like if we are migrating to an SD-WAN, the way you are explaining it could be a single router, but there are the lots of sites where their HSRP are already configured, where it means we are using the two routers for the failover activities, right? So
Right.
if we are gonna implement the SD-WAN, we can use either primary or backup router to convert into SD-WAN. Then after that, we can choose the another router. So I totally understand your story. You were saying here. I just want to know. I just like add a single thing where, and then after that, you're gonna start your theory, like you were explaining here. Okay, are we
Mhm.
going to learn IPsec tunneling here and all? Because
Yes, definitely. Definitely. You have to build IPsec tunnel. If you're not going to build IPsec tunnel, your lab is not going to build. So you have to know how the IPsec tunnel is going to build. Let me draw here.
your lab was very attractive, so that's why I'm here. because I've
Yeah,
been
yeah,
through it there.
definitely. So thank you so much for your compliment. So definitely the IPsec is going to be there, and I'll show you how the live IPsec is going to build, how the BFD is going to build for data communication. So no worry for that. Okay. So that IPsec and my BFD session all is going to build. We just build the OMP session also here. So we'll discuss the routing. So in short, right, definitely I'll discuss your migration use case. I'll take a special note once we start the session. We have to add a lot of things. It's going to be 1 day session, right? Means might be the 1.5 or 2 hour session. So I'll explain all the scenario, how it is going to migrate it. And you just have to follow the same blueprint in your migration. Okay. So that is going to build your life easy. But most important thing, you have to become a champion of the all SD-WAN concept. If you feel I have the very good understanding of the controller deployment, I have the very good understanding of the policies, if you have very good understanding about the QoS, right, and templates. So device template, feature template. So this session is not for you, to be honest, right? But if you are have like any doubt, you are not sure how it is going to happen, what is the approach, so then you have to do this session. It's up to you, right? But migration is 5% job, but rest are 95% job, your legacy routing and the SD-WAN concept. So choice is your, Aditya. Okay. Shall I move next?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Thank you. So let me come to the Manoj. Manoj was asking which all models are going to support by this particular SD-WAN. So let me show you, Manoj, right? So I'm just going to log in one of the real-time lab which we build and running the live batches right now. So I'm just showing that lab. So for you, you all, when we start the batches, there will be no any configuration. That is the blank. But let me just show you. Just wait for guys 1 minute. Okay. So I'll go here and let me log into the vManage. So I'll go here and I'll log into the vManage. So we'll discuss what is the vManage and how it is going to configure. Now we are talking which all models are going to support with the SD-WAN router. So he was talking about 2900 router, but that is not in the list. Totally not in the list. So if I want to deploy any devices and I want to create, so we have that much models available. Let me go back. Just hold on. Let me show from the feature templates. That is going to give the more attractive output. So if I go here, see, this is the models. Manoj, ASR router, this is the model. This is CT router. So you can just choose and find.
Oh, yeah, small
This is the model.
rules. Okay.
This is the model. See, CSR router, IR router, right? ISR router, right? I mentioned, right? So this is the ISR model, then ISR VO as well. And that is a vEdge routers, vEdge 100, 1000, 200, 5000 cloud, vManage, vSmart. You can see. So these are the models. You can always going to find these models are going to be supported, right? So
Okay.
yes. Okay, so this model is going to be supported. So normally what model you are 2900 you are referring, that is not going to be supported. Make sense, Manoj?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, shall I move? Any other questions anyone have?
And okay, and last thing. So actually, actually, generally there is a requirement like they want like SD-WAN architect for this role and all. So after your training and all, so I don't know like there may be other module to complete this training or what. For architect level, do you have any other additional syllabus or
No,
whatever
no
six
syllabus.
module?
No syllabus. If you are going to learn this one, official certification from Cisco, that's everything as you're going to cover. Even you're going to become a CCI, if you are going to appear in the CCI, this only syllabus is going to part of CCI. Even the less of this syllabus means
Okay.
few topic is going to be there only in CCI. But this is the final thing you have to do in the SD-WAN.
Okay, there is no extra thing. Okay. Okay.
No, no
Understood.
extra any syllabus available in the market.
Okay.
So if you are going to become this SD-WAN expert and you learn everything, what you have to learn basically, you have to learn three, four things. You have to learn about the architecture, right? That's the first thing. Then you have to learn about the templates,
Okay.
and then you have to learn about the policy. Please mute and T-shoot. right? And then you have to the overall concept and controller deployment. If you have that much, right, understanding, then you're going to become a champion. So whatever it's written in the module, if that much knowledge you are going to get, almost everything you are going to do in your productions. Clear? So that's first step. We are going to do the architecture. In this, we are going to understand about the vBond, NAT, vManage, what is vManage, control plane, vSmart, OMP, vManage, TLOG, IPsec, GRE, vRoute, BFD, everything. And then we are going to discuss, like Manoj asked, what devices are going to support, to platform and capabilities we'll discuss about. Then we understand what is the software as a services, right? Infrastructure as a services, what is the co-location. So we have the SaaS, IaaS, PaaS, co-location concept that we'll understand. And then we have to do the controller deployment. Means what is the first, we have to understand what is the controller, and then how we can deploy in the private cloud, public cloud, and how we can make the redundancy and scalable, how we can do the configuration, the certificate, device layer troubleshooting, the control plane between the different controllers. So this is the main things, and this is the worst. This is the most complex thing in the SD-WAN. So we have to do initially, right? Once it is going to build, then we have to start doing the router deployment. Router deployment means actual router, how it is going to be deploy, step by step, how it is going to be deploy your routers. So let me show you. Means if you have to go, you have to see how to deploy the routers. This branch, this branch, this branch, how it is going to be happen. So in this, we have to understand zero touch provisioning, plug and play, data center, regional hub deployment. You can see even the lab, we have that. This is the hub location. This is my branch location. So how it is going to build and what is the concept, how we can run the VRRP between the routers, and based on that, how we can just do the failover for the based on the redundancy in case of the LAN failure, WAN failure, OMP failure. And then also we understand T-lock extension, circuit termination, what is dynamic tunnels, underlay overlay connectivity, how OMP is going to be configured, how T-lock is going to be configured, how we can create the CLI based configuration, how we can create the GUI based configuration, that is the vManage template, VRRP, like HSRP is not supported by the SD-WAN. So we have to understand what is the OSPF, BGP, GRP, how the multicast is going to support by the SD-WAN. And then we have to land with the policies. This is the brain of the SD-WAN, traffic engineering, everything we have to do that. Means how we can configure the control policy, data policies, end-to-end segmentation, VPN, topologies, Cisco SD-WAN application aware routing, direct internet access. So in lab, we have everything, right? In lab, if you go, so all thing we DIA circuit is there. If you have to do the application aware routing, we have to use the circuits between these two, and we have to do the application based routing, Facebook based routing, YouTube based routing, WhatsApp based routing, any Teams based routing, SaaS application based routing. So that we will do that. And finally, in security, we have to understand theoretically what is the security concept, because if you are going to become the SD-WAN, SD-WAN also support the firewall features. So you should know basic terminologies. So being the security instructor, I also train the people on the FortiGate, Palo Alto, Zscaler, Prisma. So I have the right skills, so I can help you to understand more in deeper side in terms of the security. But I would say this is just the overview. If you really want to become the security champion, then you have to learn about the firewalls. But at least you know what is the application aware enterprise firewall, what is the intrusion prevention system, what is the intrusion detection system, what is the URL filtering, what is the advanced malware protection, what is the SSL and TLS proxy, what is the DNS security, what is the secure web gateway or secure internet gateway, that's a proxy based solutions, cloud proxy. So I will explain, these are just theoretically, but also I will showcase some labs also. So at least you can understand if my SD-WAN have the security firewall policy configure, how I can check that. So I will just explain one session where I'll just show some lab also. That's not part of this session, but I will give as a bonus. Okay. And then we have to do the QS configuration, where queuing, stepping, policing, marking, per tunnel QS, adaptive QS, what is that mean and how it is going to be configured. Last thing, we do some day-to-day operational management activity, like how we can do the authentication, monitoring, reporting from the vManage, configuration, authentication, monitoring and reporting, REST API, what is the concept, software image management, how we can upgrade and like downgrade the softwares. So these are the six module which I started, and these six module is going to cover each and everything as per the Cisco syllabus. So it is going to take a lot of time, lot of discussion, there are a lot of concept. So we have to work together as a team and we have to understand all concept one by one so that you will become something special after this training, after 2 months or after 3 months, once you do our lab and all, right? So once you've done the certifications, why Gwinnett? So basically, we are going to give you the certification after this completion of this particular SD-WAN. So you'll get the Gwinnett certified. Also, are going to get lab access. Even I'll be available during the session. So one-to-one mentoring is going to be there, and video access is going to be there for lifetime. You are going to get. We have the communities, right? If you want to join, you just have to follow our any social media page and you are going to find the WhatsApp community. So you just have to join that WhatsApp community. There are regular job posting, like our team is doing that, right? So there are L2 level of job, L3 level of job. So you can just go on the LinkedIn and find the our pages, Gwinnett Technologies, and probably you're going to find the link. I don't have the link handy with me right now, but if you really want to get the regular job updates for the different companies, so you just have to join our WhatsApp communities, and that is not going to have any spam. Trust me, you are going to get always some value additions. Means you are going to get something good newsletters. You are going to get some kind of the videos. We are going to give the information about any new trending things. You are going to get some jobs. You are going to get some quizzes. So it is going to be value addition for you. So try to find our pages and just go and join that community. So you also get the job related information as well. Same time, the video access is going to be lifetime for you. Okay. So once we do this session, all session is going to record it and video is going to be lifetime for you. So we have the portals, official portals, and you can just go on that particular portal and you can just watch the video, because once you enroll, you're going to get access to this particular website. You just have to log in from here, and once you log in, you are going to get your course access, right? And that you can watch from your Android mobile. Still iOS is still not built, so we are working on that. Soon iOS is also going to be there, but Android app is available. You can just go and download from Play Store and you can just watch the recordings also from there. So all your class recording is going to be there. And also, if you want, we can provide the Google Drive, but that is going to be again like read-only access. You cannot download, and you can just access from there as well. So both way you can get the access. There is no problem for the recording, and that is going to be lifetime for you all. All right, and this session is going to be live, like live session. So this is all about the course curriculum and how session is going to be happen. So now it's door is open for everyone. If you have any question, please feel free to ask before we start the session. So I can take your questions now. Any questions now still have?
Yes, actually, one small
I
question.
just hi sir, just wanted to can I get a PDF of like a course, the code complete details, like what we're going to learn and everything, so I can go
This
through with
this
the.
PDF you are going to get. This PDF you are going to get. So the counselor who shared this Zoom detail with you, you just ask him or her, please share the course module. Okay.
Okay.
So they will share the same course module which I'm showing right now. You're going to get same thing.
Because I've been through with the SD-WAN fundamental from the Cisco trainers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So policies and all I have already learned. So I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to know the deployment, because they have a very limited, because I am also a CCN like CCNP Encore like certified.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and fundamental 14.8 as well, NA as well. So
Good.
मेरे को यहाँ पे like why I'm here, just to learn about the deployment and migration and all. Okay, so एक बार मैं course को go through करके, then I'll ask to counselor, okay, to come give me the complete details of the PDF and all. Then I'll let you know over the text messages over the WhatsApp, if you won't mind.
Definitely, definitely. It's up to you, Aditya, right? So just you make sure you have the any value addition or not. If there is no value addition, I would not recommend to join. Okay. So just do your research and find its value addition or not.
So,
And then
can I ask a few personal questions if you won't mind then?
Probably we have to discuss one to one over the call.
Yeah, would be better. So
Yeah, would be better. Okay, so it's like live, so probably not good.
yeah,
You can just
that's why I
just you
mentioned
can
the
text
personal.
me in the chat in the same chat. So I'll if will reply as well. You just text me on the one to one chat if you want.
So would you mind if you will be free? We can discuss on a call.
Yes, definitely. So who is your counselor? Or might be you can just text her or him and we'll discuss. Okay.
It's a her.
Yeah. Okay. We'll discuss. No problem.
Okay, okay. I'll wait for your message, sir.
Okay. That's fine.
So yeah. So
Yes,
one
Manoj.
last question.
Yes,
Actually,
please.
there is discussion like if you have FortiGate in FortiGate you can deploy the SD-WAN solution. So I don't know, but actually I was just checking also. I didn't find anything good. So like what is that exactly? In FortiGate we have to deploy the SD-WAN.
Okay, so that's again like a good question. So guys, see, SD-WAN, if I'm going to talk, I forgot very important thing to explain. I just slipped from my mind. Thanks, Manoj, for reminding again. Just hold on. That's a very good thing. So always people are confused about the SD-WAN. See, SD-WAN, what I'm discussing right now, this is Riptela SD-WAN. Okay, we know as a Cisco SD-WAN, right? Also, we know Catalyst SD-WAN. All are same. I'll discuss in next session why Cisco, why Viptela, and why Catalyst. I'll discuss in next session whenever we have. Okay. But this you just think this is the Cisco SD-WAN. This all are Cisco SD-WAN. So if you're going to learn this technology, you are going to configure, deploy, and troubleshoot Cisco SD-WAN. But somebody is going to talk about the FortiGate SD-WAN, right? Somebody will talk about the Versa SD-WAN, right? Sorry for my bad writing. Somebody is going to talk about the Palo Alto SD-WAN. Somebody is going to talk about the Silver Peak SD-WAN, right? We have the Carto SD-WAN. We have the Velo Cloud SD-WAN. We have the Nokia Nuaz SD-WAN. We have the Meraki SD-WAN. Okay. We have what else? We have the G Scalar SD-WAN. So in market, even NetSpoke SD-WAN. So a lot of vendor are available, right? So etc. I'm going to put. So they are different vendors. Even they have the similar services. You just think about it. You want to buy a car. So car is manufactured by the Jaguar, Mercedes, BMW, Hyundai, Maruti. Lot of vendors are available, but all are the car and they have the different features, right? So all are going to run on the road and all are going to carry the passengers. But what make difference? Their features, their brand, their recognitions. Similarly, these all are the different vendors. So we are going to discuss about Cisco SD-WAN, which is the very popular in the market. Why it's popular? Because Cisco have the very presence globally. FortiGate also very much popular, but that is a different SD-WAN. If you want to learn FortiGate, then you have to learn FortiGate SD-WAN. Versa is also popular. You have to learn Versa SD-WAN. Velo is also popular. You have to learn the Velo SD-WAN. So it's totally up to you. If your project having this SD-WAN, this vendor SD-WAN, so this course is not for you. If you are already running the SD-WAN project based on the FortiGate, Versa, or might be Silver Peak, so you just learn these all. We also deal with the Versa, right? Versa SD-WAN also we deal with, like we provide the trainings. So these are the high demand SD-WAN technology. But if you not have any project and you're planning to upgrade yourself, so go with the Cisco. Why it's Cisco? Because concepts are going to be same. Concepts are going to be same. Every SD-WAN concept is going to be same, but the way of working is going to be totally different. Just think in this way. You have the Cisco router, you have the Juniper router. Both are the router, and both router are going to configure the static route, right? And they are going to do the same thing. They are going to configure the OSPF. They are going to configure the BGP. You can configure this in the Cisco and this in the Juniper. So a Juniper engineer cannot work on the Cisco. Cisco engineer cannot work on the Juniper unless or until the engineer have the both skill set. Same protocol is there, same concept is there, but platform are different. So this is a totally different. Cisco SD-WAN platform is totally different. FortiGate is totally different. Makes sense, Manoj? Velo is totally different. So you have to decide which SD-WAN you want to learn. If no, you have the prerequisite, then go with the Cisco. That's all.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, good. Any other question, guys? Anyone? Any other questions? Or we are good?
Sir, I have the one question.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Anurag,
To
right?
clear the SD-WAN certificate, is it possible? Can you provide some documentation or the theory part or the dump to get a studies before to, or is there any books that we can purchase or the?
Okay, so book definitely you'll get, Anurag. I believe you have the book already. I'm not sure if you attended, right? Book is there and study material is also there. Regarding dump, I cannot say on the live, right? You have to talk offline, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, this is
Sure,
not
sir.
something we can talk, okay?
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
And actually, I saw somewhere, other than this vSmart, vManage, and v1, there is a validator. It was, mentioned in that
Yeah,
box.
that's just I'm talking, right? So we are talking about the Catalyst SD-WAN, right?
Okay, validator it is for a different one or what?
So no, this is question. Catalyst SD-WAN. Catalyst SD-WAN, let me show you. I'm going to cover this only. Don't worry. This is a good question. You asked me very nice questions. Let me just show you. So this is the new Catalyst SD-WAN. Hold on, where it is. Yeah, this is. So only just rebranding, rebranding things. Cisco have done the rebranding. Just change the name. Work is same. Like, let's suppose you do you guys remember earlier Airtel logo was totally different. Now they have changed a few year back, not few, many year back, right? When they found a very young lady who was doing the advertisement. So similar, see, the name was only changed. Earlier it was the vManage, right? This was known as the vManage. Become the manager. vSmart. Become the controller. Validator is just nothing. It's a vBond. Just rename, nothing else. Same concept, but in a Catalyst SD-WAN, that's what I'm saying. Earlier it was Cisco, Viptela, Cisco, and Catalyst. So you also have to understand why Catalyst SD-WAN is there. What is the new name? So you have to know about this concept. vBond is the validator, vSmart is the controller, vManage the manager. The same role, same concept, nothing is going to be changed. Make sense, Manoj? Understand? Clear? Any other questions, guys? All good? Are we good to close or any other question? Last chance. Okay, so I just assume no question. So have a great evening to all and see you in the next session. Okay.
Thank you so much, Vishal sir. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. Take care.